What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Series 12 Kane. Now here we do have Kane from Elite Series 12. Didn't realize I never reviewed this guy when I got him, so we're actually going to take a step back, take a look at this figure, and then see how he stacks up to the rest. So what we're going to do now is get him posed up and move on to the rest of the review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Elite Series 12 Kane pose, and right off the bat I'm going to say one of my favorite figures that I own. As I said, I thought I actually reviewed this guy. I just never got around to do it apparently, so we're actually going to have a look at Kane now that I realize that I don't have his review up. Now, Kane here did come with one accessory. He did come with a little microphone or voice box that he used early in his career. Unfortunately, when I got this figure, I just got Kane. They did not include the voice box, which was in the description, so it was one of those, I'd rather have the figure as is than missing his voice box. Did not have it at all, but I will post a picture of what the voice box looked like. But anyway, here we do have Kane, and I have to say, Elite Series 12 Kane is probably one of my favorite WWE figures that I own. And this guy actually does have some height on him. Let's actually get him posed really fast, so we'll have him standing right there. And we'll bring in the best of pay-per-view, CM Punk, and you can see Kane actually towers over CM Punk. As it should be. Kane is a monster and he needs to be tall. And I really do like the way how much taller he is than most figures. I do like that. And interesting thing, he does have his own unique body. From his upper torso up is all unique sculpt, and we're actually going to take a look at that when we have a look at his details, which let's actually take a look at that right now. Moving the camera up to his mask. I'm not going to say it's the best representation of Kane's mask, but for what it is, it's actually a really good job, especially on Mattel's part. The mouth should actually be just a tiny bit smaller, and the eyes shouldn't be as the color they should be. And then I think the mask should also be a little wider and glossier. But still, it looks like Kane from a distance. You're able to tell who it is. So I do like that. Really like the way his hair is designed, and you can see, well, I'm not sure if you can see, but there is flesh color right through his hair, so it's not just red throughout. It's actually, his ears are actually painted. I don't know if it's painted or if it's the way it's supposed to be, but yeah, I really like that. He does have a goatee, which Kane did have in the early days. You can see the torso right here goes all the way up, and you can see it stops, exposing the bare flesh of his neck. The rivets right here on his costume look really nice, and all these rivets are sculpted. Everything right here is sculpted on, so I really do like that. Even the lace work right here, it's all sculpted, so really good job there. You can see Kane, again, those rivets nicely painted. Moving on to his right sleeve, which is done in this really nice red color. The only problem I have with it is when you move his arm out, you can see the joint is flesh color. Really would have liked that if it was red or even just painted red. But still really nice. He does have the glove, and the glove is two separate pieces. We have the cuff right here, which I believe is glued on. I can't get it to rotate. But then we have the black glove, and this hand was the one that held the voice box in it. Moving on to his left arm, which is the bearer arm, you can see the cuff is completely different, and everything is sculpted and painted really well. Again, this is one of Mattel's best figures that they've done, and I really do enjoy this figure. He does have a painted on belt, and that's kind of disappointing. I really would have liked to see a separate appliance and have this actually sculpted. It would have been nice to actually get all these line work and ties and rivets actually sculpted. That would have been so much better, but as it stands, it's still really nice. Moving on to his leg. His other leg, you can see all this nice pattern. And then we get to his long black boots, which are signature for Kane. Although they really should be high gloss boots, I'm okay with them being this matte color because that's originally how they were when he debuted. But overall, really, really like this figure, and it just shows how much care Mattel can put into figures when they really want to. Again, one of my favorite figures that I own. Really sad that it took me this long to realize that I never reviewed it for you guys, so I do apologize for that. Moving on to Kane's articulation. He does have the standard elite articulation. If you don't know what that is, let's actually run through it really fast. He does have a ball jointed head. He can look down and up pretty well. He can tilt his head side to side. So pretty good range of movement on the neck. He does have also swivel left and right. Arms on a ball joint go out to about that far. He does a full 360. He swivels at the bicep. Single jointed at the elbow. He spins and bends at the wrist, no problems there. He does have an ab crunch which goes back about that far, so it's not the best. Forward about that far. Again, not the greatest, but I can accept it because Kane doesn't really move around that much. Something to point out is that the paint doesn't go all the way up, but that's okay. Right here you can see it's even worse on the back, so if you're conscious about it, you can pose them, so that's not an issue. Waist swivel works pretty fine. Legs, really stiff on mine. They go forward. They would go further up, but I just don't want to test to see how far and risk breaking the figure. But they do go forward, back, and out. Really stiff. You can hear that. That sound. Really stiff leg joints there. He does swivel at the thigh. He is double jointed at the knee, swivels at the boot, has a hinge in the ankle, which works really well. And then we also get some pivot in the ankle, so all the articulation you would expect for Kane to have, he has it. So again, really well done figure. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get them posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have Elite Series 12 Kane posed for my final thoughts. Overall, a really great figure, and I'm really happy that I actually have him in my collection. Now, this Kane is and has been pretty hard to track down, especially for WWE collectors. I don't know if it's because he was short-packed or if he was just picked off by collectors and sold second-hand market, but as it stands, you are looking at a bare minimum of $70 for this guy. Luckily, if I remember, I actually want him for about $50. That is a lot to pay for a single figure, but I really did want this Kane in my collection. So when I got him, I actually paid about $50, $55 with shipping. But still, really happy I have him. A little disappointed that I don't have his little voice box, but again, it's not that big of a deal because I just wanted the figure. I can live without his voice box. With that being said, guys, if you do not have this Kane in your collection and you're willing to pay the prices secondhand for him, I really do think he's a really nice figure to own. I have seen him in box go upwards of $120. So you are going to be paying quite a bit for this guy. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other WWE reviews, as well as all my other action figure reviews. Hopefully there's something you guys enjoy. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.